Bloodlust as well, right? He's another core that can be lacking a bit when it comes to damage, but he gets that boost in attack speed. Those time lock procs can really help out.
Right now, at Finem don't really have a very good way of dealing with the illusions yet. So
Yeah.
it really depends on whether Sniper goes for the Maelstrom. Like, apart from that, the other heroes don't really deal with illusions really well. And
So
the last ban from EHOME as well, like banning out a support that could deal with the illusions.
So in your opinion, what are you looking for? You're dealing with a push lineup. You're dealing with illusion push as well. What are some of the best supports outside of Coddle? Do you think Lion would be sufficient purely because of the way he interacts with supports? But
Lion's pretty decent.
Yeah, but he's not the greatest against pushes, right? He's just kind of, an illusion killer, and that's good enough.
Yeah, but when I talk about Lion, I'm always very worried about the starting of the lane where Lion's really weak at level 1. He doesn't offer a lot. And Clockwork maybe with a roaming Mirana could cause some problems to the lane, and you have a Safe Lane Void. Safe Lane Void is generally not that great if you have weak supports, but if you have strong supports, then Safe Lane Void is fine.
Yeah.
And if you're the Ogre, you probably want to help out the Slardar in the lane against the Luna SD, otherwise Slardar would struggle a lot in that lane. So it's kind of really a tough call here. If you want Lion, then your lanes are not that strong.
That really does seem to be the real sticking point here for Finem, is that they do not have a real strong laning power, and they really need a decent laning phase because they need to get Slardar playing.
A little bit better than the Lion at level 1, but he's not that great against the dual lane. That's a really good pick with the Clockwork, and a lot of synergy with the Mirana, with the Spirit and the Aura. So it allows the Luna and the Mirana to deal a lot of damage in just a very good hero to finish up the lineup of EHOME.
And also going to make these the 1 and 2 position of Finem rather squishy, right? 2 agility heroes, all that natural armor starts going away.
Yeah, and not exactly good heroes to build ACs on. I mean, you can get a Vlads on the Void.
Yeah, that's true. They really do not have a real good AC
unless
hero.
Your Slardar's fat enough.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's the dream. Offlane Slardar, I get a minus. Guys, I'm getting an AC at some point. At some point.
But we'll see whether or not he gets that good laning phase. Ogre is definitely going to need to help him out, because this is not going to be a fun potential tri-lane situation, right? Well, we're presuming ET is going to help out Clockwork, right? But there's a lot of synergy with Shadow Demon, ET, and then Luna's just sick damage.
I think if EHOME is expecting the Ogre Slardar dual lane to cause a lot of problems, the ET might just prioritize in staying bottom, like SD, ET, and Luna. It's pretty strong lane. The disrupt into the Stomp, and you get Luna's Blessing at level 1. Pretty difficult for the Slardar to deal with.
So, seeing as we're kind of siding with EHOME when it comes to the laning phase, do you think that's enough for them to have an overall draft advantage for this game 1?
I would say I slightly favor their draft, but I think that Finem have a really good, when it comes to teamfight, they have really good setup for the Disruptor ultimate. Plus, they have good heroes to cover the sniper in the team fights. Very good synergy with that. They might have an ult, Madara.
Shadow Demon Disruption into the era. Madara is going to need to be able to try and make a time walk out. He recovers a lot of that damage and should be able to get away.
They messed up. They didn't actually... They thought they got the kill, so the Clockwork played by 011, he didn't choose to get the cogs to actually give his team that additional half a second of a disable to ensure the kill.
He pushes him back. Maybe they can finish him off there. At the very least, he can time walk off.
Yeah, he was like
large
at 100 health, so that would have probably gave them a kill. I mean, I guess he probably felt, kill secured. First blood.
It's not even like it's bad for getting, cogs at level 1.
No, you generally want cogs at level 1 anyway.
Yeah. You want to block off the creeps.
So that's rather strange. I mean, I guess they just thought they got the kill. So mistakes were made, opportunities lost, but not the end of the world for EHOME. Oh, he actually does this build, like the MV build. You get a Bessie at level 1.
Yeah. So he's going to be toggling that on and off, seeing if he can mess with some last hits.
What do you think of this? That's rather strange.
I mean, it's a concept that goes all the way back to Dota 1 days. I remember people talking about that. And it was just it seems like it just does not seem like you can actually execute. It's just one of those things that you constantly have to do, and how many last hits are you actually going to take away from the enemy carry?
Well, I'm feeling like he did it against Alchemy specifically because of the acid spray. So you want to make the creeps you want to give the creeps armor. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it seems rather strange right now that every like O11 is also old chicken is also doing this.
In some ways, Sniper does make sense, right? Because it's kind of the similar situation. You want to armor up the creeps. Well, here, you've got a Sniper who's got very low attack damage.
Yeah, but he has
so
another problem. He has an Ogre problem.
He does. He does indeed. As we kind of expected, the Ogre is going to be spending a little bit of time here in the mid lane, doing the typical Ogre role in lane, just kind of being dumb and stupid and in your face, and you can't really do much about it.
Yeah, because he's the strongest level 1 hero, so he's going to have the most fun in the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, at the very least, he's a Mirana, so you can always go to the jungle and just arrow the big creeps, get some experience, get some gold, and 11 top lane running away from the Disruptor here, dropping really low, pops his south.
Oh, if only he could get that range for Thunderstrike. He'd cancel that south, but won't be able to close the distance, unfortunately. All right, Sniper is getting that. I think part of the really good thing about this, right, is that you're giving the Sniper easy CS when it's the hardest part of the lane for him to get CS, right? When he starts off with, what, like 46 base damage or something like that in the beginning of the game, it's just like so poor. You want to make sure that he gets decent CS for those first 2 minutes.
It's a little bit like when you talk about Shadow Fiend, the supports stay in the mid lane for the first 2 waves, you get your souls, and then you're good to go. Pretty much the same reason for Sniper. You know, ensure that he gets that early last hits, and you know the lane goes well for him. So here comes Garda, but trying to deal with this Ogre issue that Old Chicken has been having since the start of the lane.
Why do you think he went for Fire Blast level 2 rather than
It's
Ignite?
better against Mirana because he can leap dodge the Ignite.
Yeah.
It's a little bit same reason of when you go for the stun or the Bloodlust against like a Oracle lane, you don't want to have the Ignite because the enemy can deal with it.
Disruptor managed to get the kill on Old 11 top lane. Looks like he didn't even have to blow a glimpse for that one.
Yeah,
so
Disruptor is really good at zoning one hero. The hero is like very strong at that. But when it comes to the dual lane, bottom lane.
Yeah, Skylark's done for it. Tries to go for a crush, but obviously this is just such a strong tri-lane scenario. Jesus, Spartan, I mean, he already picked up the Fire Blast, level 2.
She's just running around chasing the Mirana. I mean, he's gonna be so mad at the Ogre.
Yeah, they're like, this is hell for mid laners that are so, you know, classically used to having 1v1s. They want to outskill their opponent. It's just like this era of mids, and it has been this way for quite a bit. So disruptive.
But if you look at the grand
supports.
scheme of things, I think EHOME would be quite satisfied with what they are trading off. Because if the Ogre is doing this, it means that Slada is getting very little from the off lane.
Right.
And you would argue that it's more important.
Especially when they can get this kill on the Thug, the disruption into a stomp. Again, the synergy is so good between these 2 supports and then their 2 cores as well. The Mirana Arrow as well as just the Luna's blatant damage can easily win a kill.
Top lane.
Oh, an early bash.
Gonna need more than 1 bash for this kill.
Yeah, yeah, especially with the Glimpse still on cooldown for another 15.
Yeah, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, if both the offlaners are going to struggle, Clockwork is going to be much more happy with that because he only needs levels, he doesn't need the dagger. Whereas if you look at Slada, apart from levels, he definitely needs the dagger to come back in.
So, nice crush just before the stomp hits. Garter was trying to work on limited mana there, so tried to go for the stomp without the spirit. Old 11.
Top lane, Madara going in for the kill there with the time walk.
Yeah, they're trying to chase down maybe next time at the same time. Madara is forced away from that tower, and Lanham's rotation does help keep the Clockwork alive. Spartan, I mean, this guy is full committal, man. He has no Ignite still. He is like...
This Mirana is so reporting this Ogre, man. What the heck? It's 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, like, dude, like classic Ogre doesn't stand there for more than 2 minutes, right? Yeah.
Get a life, go stack Ancients or do something else. Man, he's just so determined. Like, I can understand if the mid laner is an Ogre, but if the mid laner is a Mirana, I can't really think that this is like worth it, spending so much time.
They're really trying to go on the Old Chicken now, but the disruption comes through, and Old Chicken's going to be able to make back everything that he lost from this Ogre if he gets continues to get these kills. Sylar also TP's in, but they are not going to be able to spot out Spartan. It looks like he's just a bit too fast. Oh, they're going to turn maybe? Crush is ready to go. They're going to try and go on to Sylar here. The crush goes out. Lanham does not have a disruption for a while. They're going to try to beat into Spartan, and it's not going to be enough for Luna to be able to get the kill, but at least they still get a turnaround of some sort. Battery Assault just in time, and now the Cogs blocks him down. Skylark should not be able to get off his crush, And should be right-click down as yes, that will be enough.
What a play from the clockwork. They're getting the cogs in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Saving the support.
I like his build is a little bit more like guaranteed
This
CS,
is the
right? Rocket
build,
Flare.
the ROTK build. He always goes for Rocket Flare regardless of situation. I think in his lane, if you're having a bad start, I would say that getting the Rocket Flare, which is better, you help your team and you like you say, the guaranteed CS. If there's really no chance of killing the support at all.
Yeah. I would usually say that the Clockwork Rocket maxed out is also really good for split push and clearing down waves, but
because if
they've already got pretty good.
If you think about the support that's in the lane, is his disruptor, and he can always glimpse you if you catch him in the cog.
Yeah.
So the likely chance of you catching him and killing him without glimpse is really low.
It does lower your kill power a bit at level 6, but this really doesn't seem to be too much of a problem, right? He just has to provide the catch. He doesn't need to output all the damage with all these other heroes.
Bottom lane, that's the first corner onto the Luna. That's the backup. TP coming in from the Elder Titan.
Well, he's going to try, but it's going to be a bit too late for him to do Spirit or Stomp. He's going to try and just Stomp. Madara will not be able to get the bash, nor do they get a stun out from either one of their Finem heroes, but he no longer has a Stomp to be able to defend himself. He will be just kind of run down at Finem in their aggression. Easily managed to pick up 2 kills. That TP plays against EHOME, giving the extra kill on top of the Luna to add Finem and gives them some time to push the tower.
Yep, that was a very good move by the carry of Finem, Madara. Basically, in the current patch, I feel like the carries have to be really active in participating in fights early. It's not like you have an ultimate, you just hold a TP and just wait for a reaction.
Yeah. Disruption and arrow. Skylark choosing not to block that one for Madara. Maybe they think he's going to be okay, but he really won't be. The nuke comes in from Sylar, ensuring the death of Madara,
Just
giving himself
so much damage coming out from, like, most of the XDs has been preferring to go for this build right now. They totally skip the poison. They just go for the soul catcher and the disruption. Oh, top lane, work. It's going in on the disruptor, but he gets glimpse out of the clock, and here comes the backup here.
He tries to go for the TP out, but Thug easily assassinates him. Meanwhile, Sylar and Lanham are actually going for a push of their own at bottom lane. And if Skylark attempts to contest this, he will be met with a disruption and another death, no doubt, as the arrow could come out. TP in, no Chronosphere. In fact, all right, this time around, Skylark will take it for him. He's like, I learned last time. I'm going to sacrifice my life for Madara. The ultimate was blown from Sylar, but they may still, if they get extra rotations, maybe they can keep this tower alive, but it just doesn't seem to be in Ad Finem's interest.
Doesn't seem worth it though, like for him there.
Especially since you pointed out, like, you talked about how you thought the Ogre would be with the Slardar because you need to have that early Blink Dagger, and if he's continuing to sacrifice himself, not just in lane, but outside of that, we will just never see that initiating tool early. Jesus, Spartan is just man-moding up. Moonlight Shadow will be used, and that forces Spartan away, but still, this guy is a fearless Ogre player.
No, that's what you want. Like, you get as much as you can in the early game, because this hero, right after the laning phase, is basically what Charlie would say, a walking bloodlust.
Yes.
Oh, you look for your carry. Hey, can I have a bloodlust on the farm? That's basically what you would be doing. Oh.
Old 11 misses the hook shot. He had an opportunity early, a very small one, where he was walking over during that Moonlight Shadow, and his hook shot was just a second off cooldown. He was looking to catch the sniper in the jungle. Tries anyway, and so mid lane, are they going to be able to get this glimpse? They will, and to the Chronosphere. Old Chicken still has to leap out to the disruption, might just be able to save his life. They start focusing on Lanham a little bit, pushing him back. They're still going to go for Old Chicken, and they do get rewarded with the bash. Maybe with the assassinate, they will finish him off. Now Skylark is going to join the rest of his crew, try and run down Lanham. Lanham, not really much hope. He just throws out the Soul Catcher, knowing that he's dead anyway. Trying to get as much damage out there in return. 7-7 though, 10 minutes in, and EHOME are, I mean, it's not really that surprising, but being pressured by Ad Finem, that's just their playstyle, right?
Yeah, that's the carry being really like effective at helping his team. Like, that's the second chrono. Right after it comes up cooldown, he's participating, trying to set up kills, and here comes the Clockwork. It's going to TP down, but there's no hook shot for him.
And he's going to be glimpsed back too. It just came off cooldown. Madara easily undoes the damage done. by Sylar's nuke. They still get hit by a pretty big stomp, but without that clockwork, they really can't seem to do too much. Sylar's already dropped low. That amplified damage allows Thug to do his work. Madara still stays alive. Spartan won't be as lucky, but a nuke comes in, a nice two-man crush, and Skylark will be able to make his way out of here, it seems. Never mind, there's the hook shot. He actually grabbed Thug, ran himself all the way from the top lane into mid just in time to get the bare end of that team fight. After he was glimpsed away, does manage to make it a bit more even. Before it was a support for core, now at least they get a core of their own in Thug.
This is really, really interesting game. Like both teams are just like constantly fighting. They're not waiting for like, oh, they're not waiting for a blink. Slaughter's like, I'm just gonna run in. We have a chrono to set up.
Yeah.
They're just like constantly trying to take the initiative, get a fight. Spartan.
Well, this is the powerhouse combination right there.
I'm afraid Olga is already not that big bully he was like 6-7 minutes ago.
No, certainly not, especially not against that ET ultimate that is so easily lined up with the cogs. A nice stomp, and they might be able to get this tier 1 tower before Finem can actually get in position. There goes the tower. The TPs will still complete, but again, Skylark is operating without a blink dagger here. Cogs push back in kind of an awkward position. He could get sandwiched here by EHOME, but they're deciding not to try and chance it. They're not fighting with their Luna. They're just giving her a bit of space. No reason to fight a fight. They don't need to.
They already took the tower. They were like going on the tower because they understood that Chrono was still on cooldown, and it's very difficult for Finem to fight because Slada doesn't have a blink. So Chrono is their only means of starting a fight. So right now, Chrono's gonna be back up. So we'll see whether Finem chooses to make another move after taking care of their lanes. They need to push out their lanes first, and then try to make a move after that.
Man,
He's going for what, Lincoln's first as well on the Void.
Oh, doing the
Shadow build.
The Shadow build, yeah. I mean, I've seen that build.
But what does it block now?
Yeah.
I mean,
you blocks disruption, which sets up the arrow, I guess. But oh, time walk away. That allows Old 11 the opportunity to go for a hook shot, but he misses. So
I don't think they would have gotten the kill anyway. His team was pretty far away.
Yeah. He's trying to chase down Old 11. He knows, oh, with this Bloodlust maybe? Nah, it's nighttime.
Oh, Tog is in trouble.
Yeah,
He's all alone.
They should kind of know the Clockwork's headed that direction. They just didn't realize how many heroes were there with the Clockwork.
The damage, the Soul Catcher plus the Natural Order.
And now they're actually going to get Spartan as well. This Purge will allow the ET Ultimate once again.
Dude, Old Chicken is like, you were bullying me 8 minutes ago.
Not so much anymore, huh? It's like when you go into elementary school, you come out of high school, you finally meet that guy again in college, you know? That guy's never the same bully that he was.
Yeah, that's the thing with the decision to babysit the sniper so much. Like if you would have babysitted the Slada, then things might have been very different if he has a blink around like 13-14 minutes, like 3:15.
Yeah.
Things are not looking too hot right now for Finem. Like without the dagger and the Slada, it's very hard for them to play aggressive anymore. Like against the Elder Titan Ultimate, the Luna Eclipse, it's very difficult for them to fight into that if they can't get like a good first move and eliminate the target quickly.
Right. Do you think that's why Finem were playing so aggressively before? Is that they, in some ways, were kind of covering the weakness of, you know, how easy it is to kill a sniper, how easy it is to set up
They
these,
had a lot of high hopes on the chrono, landing a good chrono and starting a fight in a good manner. And that was also before Elder Titan had many levels. Like all these supports with a lot of levels can provide a lot. Like the Ogre with levels doesn't really change the team fight a lot.
Yeah, as you said, walking Bloodlust, right? So 114 doesn't really change a whole lot. you start getting more levels, it just means more stats.
Let's see if they can actually get this smoke rolling for them.
Yeah, this would be a very important pickup. Again, the Disruptor.
No dagger though, it's gonna be difficult. Where's the Void? The Void has to start the fight for them.
Maybe they can still... We got the Static Storm. They're going to be able to get the glimpse back into the... Oh no, the Slaughter missed it! Now the Moonlight Shadow goes down. They're going to be forced to use the Static Storm for Old Chicken. The save comes through with the Disruption, plus a really good stomp as well. Finem looks like they still will be able to get this core. Clockwork actually tried to come in, misses his hook. He's on maybe next time, but pushes him out of the cogs. Madara is forced into a Chronosphere, actually time walks himself away and clips forward, but Sylar gets glimpsed backwards. Not able to finish off either one of those supports that were so damn low. Madara's going to try and cut them off here. Another buyback coming in as Mirana thinks that this fight is still going to be going on long enough for him to contest. Sylar goes down to the constant right clicks of Thug as he comes back into play after the Eclipse is down. A stomp misses, and EHOME are going to pay dearly for this one. Now they're going to be assassinated. Another glimpse back, another pickoff that Finem will cleanly take for themselves. And if they're not careful, they may give up even more. Madara's going to jump forward, seeing Lanham, but unless he gets super lucky with bashes, there's no way he can really get an extra kill here.
Old chicken.
He's got to leap. He's going to have to leap himself into the trees. The problem is he doesn't have a TP. And if Madara knows that, he blinks into the trees himself. He's going to be able to go for that hero. They have the stomp ready to go, though. Madara's actually going to go down instead. They managed to burst him down nice and quick. Skylark will be the turnaround. Thug also still sees Old Chicken there
and
without the leap.
Sniper is just destroying them with the amp damage.
The amp damage combination with a bit of high ground and playing around that jungle.
And the bloodlust.
Yeah, and the bloodlust. There were so many things that were right in that fight for a sniper.
And not only that, you're not running away from Disruptor. That's the other thing. Like, if you take a fight and you don't win the fight, you're just not getting out.
Yeah, as we saw the glimpse in the beginning, set up the first pick off on the Mirana.
That wasn't too bad of a buyback for the Slada in the end. They got 2 extra pickoffs after that.
Oh yeah,
and
especially
and Mirana died back, right?
Yeah, he died back.
So no Aghanims for him in the near future. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Skylark's already back up to 1,200 gold, so I think he's a pretty happy camper, especially if Thug just got a real big boost. He now has the Hurricane Pike that will help him out quite a bit against the clock.
This is really bad. If they can't kill the sniper in the fights, this sniper is going to wreck them.
Yeah.
Like the Clockwork has to get a 4-star after this.
Shatter Demon, Arrow. Disruption Arrow combination brings maybe next time low enough. They will be able to execute him. But a better question is Old Chicken going to be able to get out of here? He's already assassinated and amped up.
That's a big fish on his tail. I don't think he's getting out.
No, the big fish will eat the small little owl thingy, whatever the hell she's riding. 15-14. And Finem.
Is that his dagger? No.
That'll be pretty close.
That's pretty big help for him. If the team can actually secure another tower, he's going to get his stagger at a reasonable timing after that buyback.
Yeah, it seems like
this is going to cause him a lot of problems like in team fights. I think the Clockwork somehow has to always focus on the sniper. He needs to deal with the sniper.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's going to be able to do that. Because Mirana, maybe if the Mirana is farm enough, he can have the blink and Aghanims at a good time, but right now, that's not going to happen.
But all that's going to happen, right, is he's just going to get Hurricane piked backwards. Most he can do is force him back, right?
I think he can.
Oh wow. This is actually going to be a kill. It's going to be pretty close because he still has Assassinate. He's done for. Oh my god, he didn't. Oh, what? 15 HP. And Slarder's going to stick around. He cancels his TP because he's like, all right, I'll amp up Roshan for us, guys.
He had stick, but it was really, really close. So he's going to get his dagger after the Roshan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They get a stomp, and we'll be able to stall things out long enough for them to be able to take the tier 2 at top lane. So this is the current trade-off.
Decent trade. Yeah. Tier 2 for Roshan.
I mean, they may not be able to actually take Roshan with all these long-range abilities going down. Madara will be stopped from getting a stomp off just because Spartan makes sure
this is bad. They can't get Roshan.
Yeah.
So they have top lane.
Oh, they're going to be able to grab Sylar here if they get the bash or the Chronosphere. That'll make it a lot easier for them. They'll be able to get the kill on a very critical core of EHOMEs and manage to get the deny in the tier 2 if they want.
Yeah, back to your question for the Hurricane Pike. I was going to say that they need to coordinate it very well with either the Arrow or the Elder Titan Ultimate. He needs to probably hook in and get the cogs pushed back.
Right.
To set up the Arrow, either the Arrow or the Elder Titan cog. Like, he can't really go for the solo kill anymore now.
Yeah. There's a Force Staff from Garter. That might help things out a little bit. Another smoke up from Finem. Their last smoke was very successful in that top lane engagement. They actually didn't get the deny.
Is this their last one?
Tier 2.
This should be their last smoke for quite some time.
Yeah.
No, there's one more in a minute.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Clockwork's not the biggest pickup right now.
If he tries to hook shot himself too, if only he had a target.
I don't think he can reach the creeps.
Yeah. The offlane camp is just a bit too far away. So, poor guy will go down, but that was still a smoke gank, right?
Was that the reveal of the dagger, the starter?
Yes.
It should be, right?
Yeah.
So first gang getting the offlane. Not the biggest loss for EHOME. Luna is still farming, but Sniper at the moment is the #1 in terms of net worth in the overall game. Oh, he's getting a Maelstrom. Is it better to get? Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen people get Death Sword recently.
Because the illusion spam?
Yeah, probably because of the illusion.
Help him through that a whole lot easier. Nice angle for the arrow. Will actually snag Thug there.
Finally, they're gonna get the Roche.
Are they? Garter's in position to try and stomp this one up. Luna has an Eclipse if they really want to try and force this one. Oh no, jump in. Lonham's going to be in some serious trouble. He's going to be the first pick off here. Disrupts himself, buys himself time. They will manage to get Roshan at the same time, so both a pick off on the support as well as an Aegis now for Thug. Sylar was hovering around that mid lane, but it decided to push in the mid lane rather than try and rotate across. They just weren't ready and were in position for that engagement, it seems.
You know, right now EHOME has to stall the game, try to avoid fighting to the Aegis, try to get more items. I think you need to get to the point where Luna has Butterfly to be able to fight them, and you have the Shadow Demon disrupt with the Butterfly illusions.
BKB probably not necessary this game, right, for Sylar?
Top lane, Sylar's in trouble.
There you see a combination of stuns, and they have the Void coming in. He's got a Chronosphere. He wants to use it to stop this. Oh, they just run line bashes, then they get it too.
2 heroes with dash there. Come on, he's not getting out.
That would have been some serious bad luck if that Finem failed to get that kill. They believed in themselves, though.
You were talking about the BKB on Luna.
What are you thinking? Because that will slow down his scale quite a bit.
Probably not. It only helps against the Disruptor, Static Storm.
Yeah.
I would just get a Manta and then Butterfly to deal with the amp damage. That's about it.
Yeah. Down with that. Stomp will land on Spartan. They're in a position for both an arrow and a hook shot if they need it.
Oh my god, that is all the revenge that the Mirana wants.
But at the same time, right, they keep on throwing this at Spartan over and over, but he's not
a problem now.
Yeah, he's not an important kill, right?
The Sniper's gonna be the big problem.
Yeah. The Sniper, even the Void's gonna start building up some damage after this Lincoln.
You know what? I have an idea.
What's that?
You get Aghanims on Luna, and then you put it on the Clockwork, he hooks in.
Oh, I'm down with that.
He kills the Sniper, because Sniper doesn't have BKB.
Oh, I'm so down with the Aghanims. I think the Aghanims is actually...
a little underrated.
Yeah, a little underrated. I would completely agree with that.
That's
hard to go
really
for
fun.
in the core Luna, but... Have you ever had those games where you're playing Luna?
Yeah,
and
I think there was a game yesterday. It was a core Luna. They didn't have an elk, and he actually built his own Aghanims, but it was like a... I think after his Dragonlance. Helm Dragonlance.
Oh, okay. Really? I missed that game.
Can't remember which game it was.
I wonder who did that. Did they win?
I think they lost.
That's one of those builds. That's like very all in for a Luna, right? To get the Ag second item after a Dragonlance and be like, okay, guys.
If you think about it, it's like similar to a little bit similar to the Razor Ags, where you want to end the game when you get the Ags.
Yeah.
It's pretty good at that point of the game, but if you don't end the game after that, it becomes redundant having the Ags on a position 1 Luna.
Yeah, you don't scale very well with physical damage anymore. It slows down your farm.
It gives you decent heat HP. I guess that's like the upside of it.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And overall, you wish there's an Alchemist to get you that.
Yeah, that is definitely one of those real value Alchemist Ags. He's going Shadowblade next on Madara. Seen this built a couple times. Kind of like it just because it's, unlike the Blink Dagger, it'll allow you to get some more attack speed and a little bit of damage.
More carry, more scaling.
Yeah.
And gives you the option to go into the Silver Edge, which in a lot of games pretty useful against the enemy lineup.
Yeah. I think typically like more offlane Voids will go Blink Dagger, and then the mid and safe lane Voids.
Yeah, this is
Go
this
for
is the
Shadowblade.
main difference. Offlanes that you know that you're not gonna get that much amount of farm, so you have to go with what's the cheapest, what's the fastest that you can get, which allow you to do your job. Life of the offlane, you get little, but you have a lot to do.
Yeah. Where Blink Daggers are a necessity. Thug's got the beginning of that Mjolnir. He's just got the Maelstrom for now. He's operating on an Aegis.
That's actually a big problem, you know, because it actually procs on every damage, like even the glaives, the spells. Oh my god, that's gonna be a lot of...
Every battery assault tick. Yeah.
You put it. I guess you put it on the Void. He's the tankiest hero on your team, and he just jumps in and tanks everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Luna,
Radiant's
like you
top
said,
tower
don't
is
really
under
want to get a
attack.
BKB.
So he's going to have to pick up what,
Dire's
Manta
middle
now,
tower
Butterfly
is under
afterwards, or do you
attack.
think you got to take a risk and just go straight Butterfly and something?
Radiant's top tower has
I
fallen.
think he might be thinking about the straight butterfly
Dire's
here.
middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Here comes the Shadowblade rotation from Madara. He TP'd in, already invised up from the Shadowblade
Dire's bottom tower
into the
is
tier
under
3, and he's
attack.
going to rotate here and see if he can
Radiant's
catch the
top
Luna.
tower is
His
under
allies can
attack.
TP into the tier 2, and they already see it. They see the
Bash.
opportunity. Madara has already gotten one bash set up with the Chronosphere now, and there's just no real hope. He sidesteps the arrow even, but failing that, our Slardar would have jumped forward and finished off the Luna quite easily. So very nicely played by Finem, pressuring that top lane.
Yeah. That was a very, very big kill for them. That was the last hero EHOME wants to lose with a gank like that.
Yeah, and he is going to be going into a BKB, so this is very all-in focus right on that 30-minute window. You got to win some big team fights with that item.
He's actually going for a BKB. It means that they really want to take a fight. They don't want to keep dodging. Mirana has axe, no dagger yet. Like everyone's pretty lacking in farm, especially the Mirana. He's not going to be able to get into a good position to get his double star storm off. Like that's the main concern. They're going to rely on the Luna
Radiant's
to do
middle tower is
the big
under
chunk
attack.
of damage in the fights.
Ooh, smoke up, and they're going to
There's
see
no
if
chrono though. Maybe EHOME can find a good team fight here.
yeah, they want to try and initiate as the Luna's coming up, and they know the
Radiant
Chronosphere's down.
structures are fortified.
That window is just about now. They're going to start pushing forward now with Old 11 as the Luna comes back up. Throws out that hook shot, will manage to catch Thug, bounces Thug back with the conch, which is pretty decent. Maybe his allies can catch, but Lanham is going to be caught here. Static Storm not going to be able to block him inside of it. Slardar actually pushes into him a little bit as well. Madara comes forward and finishes off that Shadow Demon. Ogre's going to be taking the brunt of the initiation, but Thug still managed to make his escape and will turn around and start assassinating some fools. He's going to go for Old Chicken. He's almost dead. Madara will clean that kill up, and once again, they just kind of dance around Sylar. Sure, Slardar took a large amount of Eclipse damage there, but now the BKB as well as the ultimate will wear off, and Madara is more than healthy enough to be able to challenge this hero. Maybe next time can glimpse him back in a second as soon as they get the vision.
Vision.
God, it's close. He gets Force Staff, and he will be in glimpse
Radiant's
range now
middle
if they could
tower
just see
is
him.
under attack.
Oh no, he ran up. He needs a little bit more. He's so close.
Glimpse?
Look at that range. It's so close. He's just barely
He's gonna
outside
have
of it.
chrono. He's gonna have chrono in 2 seconds.
Oh, but he opts not to go for the Luna inside that dead end.
That was close, but still a really, really poor team fight there for EHOME. Despite not having the chrono, Finem still came out on top on that team fight. The sniper just doing so much damage. Like once they disengaged with the Hurricane Pike and they couldn't finish off the sniper just sat in the trees and he just like kept. Everyone just died.
Yeah. And now you talked about before, like the Hurricane Pike was already a problem, right? And you said hook shot into arrow.
They did
into,
that, but they didn't land the arrow.
Yeah, and now it's going to be even harder, right? Unless they perfectly time it, which is going to be real hard with only a 1 second stun of a hook shot. Now they're going to have BKB. So all that magic damage and all those stuns, the arrow, the ET ultimate, like all that, just going to be ignored by the sniper with the BKB active.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good pickup there for the sniper. Like he already has more than enough damage, so doesn't really need to go for even more damage. Just needs to make sure that he's surviving the team fights and dish out all the damage with the amp from the Slardar. It's just going to be really difficult for EHOME. They need, I think they need to land a really big Earth Splitter, big Storm, big Earth Splitter.
Yeah.
Before he pops the BKB, somehow they have to kill him. I guess with the arrow, that should be their best bet, like a hook shot into the arrow.
Radiant's middle tower
Sylar
has
is
fallen.
just, right now, even with the BKB, he's going to be really squishy against the Slardar amp and the sniper just going on him. Like this Luna is not strong at all at this stage.
Oh, let's see, she certainly
Dire's
isn't.
bottom tower
30
is
minutes
under
in,
attack.
3,000 gold lead for Finem, 5,000 experience.
Yep.
Multiple Force Staff.
They're just going to wait for the next Roche. They have 3 4-star.
And 2 Maelstroms as well to deal with the illusion push, which we talked about early on, but has yet to come to fruition as EHOME have never really had good control of this game.
Yeah, the main issue was like the Mirana buyback earlier when he died, and
Yeah.
he was like pretty behind in farm because of that. And they needed the Mirana to do a lot in the mid game.
And that fight was also the fight that allowed Slardar to kind of catch up with the Blink
Yeah,
Dagger.
they both bought back, so it was really crucial that the one that bought back got the most out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Slardar, big stun.
Dear. Old Chicken, gonna be caught here. He does have a leap, but little does he know, he's just gonna be leaping straight into Madara's arms.
Sup, bro?
Immediate first hit bash. Easy. Still holds on to Chronosphere.
Yep,
We've got a Roshan up too.
Up, so Finem just needs to claim the next Aegis and go for high ground.
Dude, Spartan's real hyped right now. He's like, I am more than just a walking bloodlust. I am a walking arcane rune bloodlust. Bloodlust for everyone now.
I mean, generally, all the ogre, I'm an ogre player, so I would just tell my team, okay, who needs mana? Who needs an urn charge? Who needs mech?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna play some mods. I hope I won't die. Solo warding mission. That's basically
You tank a smoke gank. You're feeling good about yourself. There's a full-out Mjolnir now.
Well, in certain lucky games, you get rich enough that you get your agonies. That's the dream, you know. That's the dream, getting the agonies.
Oh, but do you actually go for the Aghanims? Because we see a lot of ogres ignore Fire Blast.
You actually never get it.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, you never get it. Because your carries are can I have a Glimmer Cape? Can I have a Solar Blast?
Yeah.
Can you get a Blast? I would really love the Life Drain. Then okay, some games. Please get a Lotus Orb. That's Mana Leak. I'm like, okay, bro, sure. I was gonna get Agonies, but never mind.
Really, though, those extra items that we talk about, Glimmer Cape, Lotus Orb, those sort of items are just taking away opportunities for supports to get their real damage items, you know? Because every core is going to ask you for that utility instead of real damage.
That's what a support job. You
Yeah.
know, life of support. To make sure that they stay alive. You know, one support that I admire a lot is Lamb. He always gets his armlet on his Undying.
Yeah.
That's the guy that you want a Glimmer Cape? No, I'm just getting my armlet. I'm gonna carry the game.
Do you think? Oh, Chronosphere actually does catch old 11 here. Good sense there by Madara.
Get back to your question.
I was going to ask you. Oh, okay. So talking about EHOME, talking about Lanham specifically, that was something that was very common, right? They had Lanham, greedy 4 position, pick up Kunkka, go for armlet, actually scale as a support. Now he's taken a step back, right? He's playing the 5 position for the most part, and we don't see a scaling 4 out of this team. Do you think that's one of the things that has been a big detriment to this EHOME roster?
But then again, before that, they had Ice as a carry, and he's like much more of like he wants to participate. They take him a lot of safe lane timber, where Syla is actually a real carry.
He's a traditional farming carry.
And
right?
if you look at their 3 players, all of them, it's gonna be a glimpse.
That is glimpse back to bottom lane. Meanwhile, they also kill the Shadow Demon. Executed him nice and easy. Skylark, you did not want to run into that arrow, my friend. I'm not sure what that was about.
Oops.
And they missed the Static Storm.
I mean, they're still gonna get the Rex. I think they got the Elder Titan out of the way. Luna still pushing. Maybe not. Elder Titan has enough time to get back.
Yeah, and Sylar is just making sure that his illusions will finish up that tier 2, and he's in position to defend the racks if necessary.
So back to your question, you were like talking about whether a team should have a 4-row that scales. It's like I think up to the team's play style. Like if you have, I think a good example would be, hook shot missed there. Sniper is gonna be fine. A good example would be EG, where you have the 3 cores that take a lot of space, so their supports generally don't take too much. And a team like, let's say, who's the off-laner that doesn't take a lot of farm?
Let's say Moon Meander is a very active off-lane.
Yeah, that guy would be a very good example. So that allows one of your supports to take a lot of farm, like either Saksa or Misery. Sometimes they switch it around. Sometimes Saksa takes more farm, sometimes Misery takes more farm. Yeah. So it really depends on what kind of cores you have.
Right, so the older iteration of EHOME, because they had a more
another good
aggressive
example.
core.
I have another good example. If you have an off-lane Trixie, then your support is going to farm a lot.
Because that guy's crazy.
Yeah, he just makes a lot of, or someone like Bambo, then your support is going to get a lot of space to farm.
Yep. So it's all about the team composition. EHOME had...
obviously, if you have Bulldog on your off-lane, then your support is going to be like...
They're going to be real.
Okay, I don't even get the jungle. Bulldog's taking the jungle, fine. He's going to carry... I better hope he carries me. I'm just going to sit behind him, brave.
just got both supports sitting under 3K net worth, and then you got
Yeah,
Bulldog.
I mean, basically,
top three.
it really depends on what kind of team composition you are in, and
Yeah,
you know, it's not really up to, oh, this is better,
right.
having a 4 that scales, but
Yeah.
some teams don't do that.
Traditionally, this conversation is usually about the difference between the different cores, right? It's about, oh, you know, you have an aggressive carry in Loda, like he plays, you know, safely in Slardar, because you have Bulldog, who's going to be, you know, playing.
He's not actually the carry of the team.
Yeah, exactly, right? He that safe lane position is not a 1 position.
He's
it's
like the off
It's a
laner.
3 position, yeah. And Bulldog's taken the 1 or the 2.
Yeah, that's like a really good example of how you play around your cores.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fixed way of playing Dota, you know. That's how fun Dota is.
Yeah.
How you make it work as a team.
Back into our game we go. Another 4 staff for the team of Finem.
They have 4.
This
How many 4
clockwork's
staff
hell.
do they have? Like 4?
They have a
One.
Hurricane Pike and
Okay, yeah,
3 4 staffs. Yeah, this is a clockwork hell right here. The other core that does not have a 4 staff is a Faceless Void who just time walks out.
Doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
Hook shot. I mean,
Not
right
a fun
now,
time.
EHOME are just going to be counting on the illusions with Disrupt. Like, their late game is Disrupt illusions with Luna and Natural Order. That's like their 2 biggest spells in the late game. Like, the 2 supports are actually the heroes in the late game. They do a lot
Yeah.
compared to, I mean, Finem supports are not as, they don't provide that much, but oh,
They got him.
you're not going to hide, bro.
No, you really are. This is something that I actually want to talk about this a little bit too.
How did they see him? Is there a Tinker Wall?
They shrapnel.
Oh, shrapnel.
Yeah, he would just you know, had the Spidey sense, because that's what everyone does right now, right? Because Smoke Kings are wrapping around and everyone will hide themselves in the trees because 1, you have to smoke and run yourself along the tree line, which is super inefficient crossing around the map. And also, even if it pops, you're not exactly sure where that hero is. You try and blink into the trees, you blink into the wrong spot,
Yep.
etc.
Usually try to TP out, usually.
Yeah, usually.
He was like sitting back. I think maybe his TP was on cooldown. I'm not sure, but... Oh, I was talking about, oh, they have not really, you know, good heroes to get AC, but Void is actually getting the AC for their team. Against their Elder Titan Aura. They have a Hex. They have a Hex?
Apparently, I saw his ultimate orb, and I was like, oh, we'll talk about that eventually, but he's got a full goddamn Scythe of Ice.
Not too sure how much it's gonna help, but... you need to get into position to hex the sniper, you know?
Yeah,
not
I'm not
easy.
sure how he's going to be able to do that one, but we'll see. He's got a 4 staff to operate off of.
4 staff hex.
Push!
I was kind of like thinking about, like, maybe a Solar Crest, you know,
Yeah.
for the Slardar ulti, but I was surprised he was able to farm a hex. It's a pretty rich Elder Titan.
So he probably goes Blink Dagger next, right? If he can actually get that gold to make better use of this Scythe of Ice.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think I've seen Elder Titans ever get a blink. That's really strange.
Yeah, that is really strange. Then again, how many times have you seen them pick up a Scythe? Gets a sniper.
Not much. It's like a super late game scenario, maybe.
Well, he can at least do one very important thing. Maybe he can stop Madara's initiation. Stun comes in, nice 2-man crush. They did spot Madara though. And
he has a Lincoln, so you are gonna need to rely on someone hopefully to break the Lincolns when he jumps in and you get the hex.
Yeah, Lana needs to disrupt immediately, like preemptively disrupt. Oh, jump in from old 11. He tries to catch Thug. He gets him inside of the cogs. BKB is popped. The Hurricane bike out, but a Chronosphere beautifully laid out, catches 3. Chronosphere and a nice glimpse back will make sure the Clockwork dies. Now it's all up to Sylar. He comes in with his BKB and his Aghanims, but now Creep Wave, and the Aghanims gonna, or the Ultimate's gonna fade away here. He's just trying to go back to Fountain, but Madara actually catches him with a bash. Now they get him with the crush all the way into the Fountain. They go. EHOME will get wiped. A beyond godlike triple kill for Madara and a beyond godlike double kill for Thug.
Man, they just have no good answers to this sniper. Like, you were talking about, oh, you just need to freaking fight, get away. Like, he was trying to fight back when the Clockwork hooked him. Like, they were like not afraid at all. They were so far ahead with their heroes. Everyone had so much farm. Like, the Luna on her own really can't do much against their heroes. They really needed the Mirana to be much more farm than this.
Yeah. So very impressively, Finem will take all 3 lanes of Rax by 40 minutes, it seems, as EHOME still have another 40 seconds on Luna. I doubt they're going to be able to fight this. 4 versus 5, but Madara is pretty low. Who knows? Crazy things have happened. Oh, the Luna actually has to buy back. Never mind. They're going to be able to come in. Hook shot actually catches Thug here. Lana on the front lines, but he's immediately static stormed up preemptively. Another TP in from our Murata. The big Starstorm could be huge, getting a couple of kills, but the TP's just so delayed. He gets one, maybe a second. Nice arrow. Actually snags, maybe next time, and EHOME will hold that final lane of Rax for a bit longer.
Still a very expensive hold there by EHOME that they used the carries buyback.
Yeah,
They still lost 2 lanes.
he only gained 543 gold out of that because the buyback penalties. So.
Pretty bad for them, and they're gonna be up against Aghanim's from Disruptor in the next fight. I mean, this team has been really impressive so far at Finem.
Yeah.
Especially their carry. I'm a big fan of Madara. I think he's very underrated as a carry. Like, he's really good. Like, his movement in the early game set the pace of the tempo for Finem, because Slada was having a very rough time, so the carry was very active in terms of helping the team secure kills, secure objective with Chrono. Just very well done in the early phase by Finem.
Yeah, this guy understands safe lane Void, right? This guy, you pick a Void, you need to be using that Chronosphere every single time it's off cooldown, and he did that almost immediately. Like, he picked up level 6 and TP'd out, you know?
I think you can say that he understands Dota very well. Like, he knows what should happen at what circumstances, and because the Slada needs help. Like, sometimes I pity offlaners, you know, like they get sacked and the supports are not rotating to the lane, the carry is not even rotating the lane, and it makes it really hard for the offlaner to play. Like, this is a good example of how the team, you know, after sacking the offlaner, gives him help to get him back into the game.
Right. Smoke up, rotation out from Finem. They are going to be pursuing EHOME into the high ground. They will be able to get a decent Chrono. 2-man catching Old Chicken mid-lead. That's not a good sign. There is so much physical damage coming out from Madara. They're going to be able to catch Old 11, or rather, he tries to catch maybe next time. Now he's just locked inside his own cogs. More importantly, though, how's Sylar doing? He gets Skylark, but is that ultimate going to be able to do too much more? He runs straight towards Thug. They get a couple of nukes onto him. Thug pops his BKB. Sylar's just looking to chase him down, but now he's been purged up, slowed down, and Madara's on the other side of the table. They're still going for Thug, but his BKB is going to work, dodging all this magic damage. And now it's going to be Old Chicken left to the chickens. He dies inside the Roshan pit, and they call it GG EHOME. They know that this game is over after that team fight. They probably felt like it was over when they lost 2 lanes to Rax 2, but they fought till the bitter end, and they will be 1 down in this series against Finem.
Yep, excellent coordination by Finem, the movements, and I think overall itemization as well. Really good itemization on their team, getting the right items against what EHOME have, and just the early game, the buybacks from the Mirana really hurt them, and losing that crucial team fight at top lane.
Yeah, that was really what set the... Finem took control of the game off of that big team fight,
first phase sniper seems good.
I guess so. If you're Finem, apparently works out. They drafted real heavily around that sniper.
They have very good heroes around. Like, they built the draft around sniper. That was very well done. I think they understand how to utilize this hero very well, and EHOME didn't have enough answers to deal with the sniper. The clockwork hook shot was like, alright, before the 4 stuff came into play, you know, it was fine, and then after that, they literally had no way to lock down and kill the sniper effectively.
You take away, they had Clockwork 3rd pick, right? And they had first pick in that 2nd phase. So they could have actually been the ones to choose Slardar instead. Due to Hurricane Pike being an early pickup, do you think Slardar would have been a more effective hero for EHOME, or did you agree with the Clockwork and how he would be impactful as soon as he hit level 6?
I think both heroes could work. Like, it's just up to how they want to play the game.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. Like I mentioned, the difference between Clockwork and Slada is you don't need the dagger to function as a hero. Slada needs to get to that point where he has dagger. Whereas Clockwork, oh, I'm level 6, I'm going to make a move. I'm going to try to set up a kill for my team.
Right. All right, well, we're going to take a short break and be back for game number 2, see if EHOME can make the comeback in this best-of-3 series.